Hello everyone, welcome back to making a web scrapper in Python, episode 2. So, in the last video, episode 1, we just had the same URL search for jobs on the website, monster.com, and while that's good, what if we wanted to, say, search for multiple kinds of jobs in different countries? Well, we'd have to change the URL every time. So everything up to monster.com/search, that's the base URL. And then we have, the rest is query parameters. So the query parameters always start with a question mark, and then we have information. So we said Q equals software developer, and that's saying search for the job, which is software developer. And then you have a separator, which is the ampersand, or the and we set where equal to Australia. That's the country where we're looking for. So now I'm going to show you how to make a better web scrapper with the same code. So I'm going to create a new file. We'll call it web scraper 2.0. Enter. There we go. And it's still the same thing, import requests. Let me just copy the code from this one. So import BS4, beautiful soup. And then we're going to get the URL page requests. Copy. And then soup equals results. And then get the rest. Copy. Just feel free to do it in the original one you made. It doesn't matter. So to make this better, we should probably make a function that does this for loop. So let's just define function as I just call it that, colon, and then we write our code, and we can just copy in this for loop. Control V. But we have to be careful to indent it, so just go to everything and press tab. So now the for loop is inside the function, and everything is in the for loop, so we're all good. And now I'm going to put everything else. How should I do that? Okay, so first let's create an object called jobs and set it equal to a list, which is denoted in brackets. And we have the jobs we want to look for, so software developer. I think the rules for the website is it's denoted with a dash in between spaces, and then just programmer, comma, parentheses, front end, and that's jobs. Now locations, I'm going to set it equal to countries, so Australia, then United States, following similar formatting. States. And then, so now we have the jobs and the locations. So now we can say we have our main function. I want to say for each location, search for these jobs. So how would I do that? Well, I kind of just set it a for loop. But I need two for loops. The first one, for loc, that's just a variable, in location, colon. I want to say print location. This will only work in the that'll only print in the terminal, space print. Just give it some space. And then we have to want to write it to a txt file. And in order to do that, we say f equal open, and quotes, and then we say r in parentheses, and we write where we want the file to be created. So just go anywhere in File Manager or whatever this is called, and I'm going to Control C this. This will be different for your computer, but just find wherever you want to print it and copy the system location, and then paste it in here, comma, quotes, lowercase a, and then I need a /, let's call it testing.txt. So this is the name of it, .txt. So A says search for the file testing.txt. If it's not there, create it. If it is, just append it. So that'll be really cool. So F opens it, and we say f.write. I'm going to say string and location, because location is a string, but it's just good measure to say that. And then f.write, and I'm going to say quotes /end. So /end is how to denote a new line in a string. So in the file, we're going to have Australia and then a new line, and then I want to write another line just to be clear. And then you say f.close. That closes the file. But we're not done yet, so we have to say for job in jobs, page equal to, and I'm going to say this is where we just copy the code, equal to request.get, but instead of just the URL, I'm actually going to put the full URL in quotes. Hold on. Just copy and paste it. C, Del, Control V. But then I want to change this. So get rid of the software developer and put brackets, or braces, sorry, and create the object job. And then get rid of Australia and put brackets location. And then outside of the quotes, we're going to say .format, parentheses, and we're going to say job equal to job, comma, location equal to loc. So what that means is the URL is going to be equal to the job in job for location. So when Australia goes first, it'll look for software developer, programmer, and front end all in Australia, and then for United States, it'll look for software developer, programmer, and front end. Okay, so we're done with that line of code, and we're going to say soup is equal to beautiful soup. And it's pretty much the same thing because we're still working with the same website, so most of the things, nothing really has changed for the rules on that website. Just put it all in the second for loop for jobs and jobs. And then I'm going to create a new object called job underscore elements, or elms, is equal to results.findAll underscore all, quotes, parentheses, section, comma, class, underscore, quotes, equals, quotes, card dash content. And then we're going to have our function A, which is called by that. So on the Monster website, there will be a section object type with a class of card content, and I believe that is where each job is denoted with. and then it'll come up to A and say find the title, the company, and the location. So since we're done, this is the for loop that'll run our program, and that's all we need for it. So that is it on that end. So let's come back to the function. We're not done with it yet. So everything can stay the same, except we need the f.open. So it opens it again. It checks to see if it's created. But instead of print, we're going to do f.write. And then that's what we do to everything else. f.write. And then we're going to do f.write. And then f.write. So this is fine, except everything will be on the same line. So we need to write f.write, quotes, space, /n. I guess the space isn't necessary, but that creates a new line for each line of the company, of the strings. So /n. And then I want to have the URL for applying for the job. So we create an object called, let's see, I guess I just want a space with the company and the location. Those don't really matter, but I definitely want title by itself. And then I'm going to have f.write on a new line, because I want the URL to itself as well. Space /n. Apply here. So then we say link. We create an object called link and set it equal to title dot underscore element dot find underscore all, quotes, parentheses A, and then in brackets, quotes, href. And so that finds us the link. And so we just do f.write in parentheses, F for format, and in quotes, apply here, and then we do curly braces, and we say link, and then we say /n. So what this is saying is, whatever the link is, format it into this string, which will be written into our txt file. And so we just say f.write, quotes, parentheses, space, /n, and then that is all we need. f.close at the end. And I believe that is all we do. So in Australia and United States, we're going to have our program search for software developer, programmer, and front end in those two countries. And all the jobs and their URLs will be put into a txt file called testing, which we store on our computer. So I think that is it. Let us run it and see if it works. So /run without debugging. Program something done. What happened? Link equals title to element dot find. Title underscore element dot find all h element dot find. Oh, link is dot find. It's not find all, just find. Okay, /run without debugging. Australia, United States, and then go to where the path was for the file. Open it, and here we go. We have in Australia lead performance engineer in supposedly Australia, but no link, so that might be a bug. But then we do have the links for all the other jobs. So one of the bad things about a txt file, we can't open links to anything, but we can in Word. So just do Control-A, Control-C, and then search for something like Word, or even Notepad++ will work. Just Control-V, And now we have all our jobs on in one word. And to open the links, you go to the end of the link and press space, and then you can just control click, and that will take you to the job. So yeah, that was pretty awesome. And we have 19 pages of job listings in California, or sorry, Australia and the United States. But I'm pretty sure there are more job listings in the United States. But thank you. That's all we had to do. So we created a function that searches for the title, company, location of a job, and we write it into a file along with the apply here link. And yeah, it was pretty easy with 46 or so lines of code. Thank you.